Hey, football fans, Harrison Graham, Tom Downey with you here on Chat Sports. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv. Daily NFL videos. We got the latest NFL news and rumors. And, Tom, I did not expect to kick off today's show with the Jared Goff trade idea, but here we are.
This is a very unusual situation because in like 98% of cases, regardless of how the team feels internally about their player, they'll be like, oh, yeah, we think he's a key piece. Like, for example, Pete Carroll says Schottenheimer's not going anywhere. 24 hours later, he's fired. So that's like how most teams operate because they play it close to the vest. Well, GM Les Snead comes out and is asked about Jared Goff's future, and he goes, well, Goff is a Ram at this moment. He's a Ram right now and would not commit any further beyond that. Which is wild. It's your quarterback.
It's wild.
Allegedly.
I don't want to say I appreciate it, but at least they're not being fake like Seattle. Pete Carroll, we averaged 30 points a game this year or whatever. Mm-hmm. We love Shoddy. Next day he's gone. Now, the problem when you go this route is okay, Jared Goff is reading the headlines and he's like, oh, so you don't like me as your quarterback despite giving me $134 million this past season, which he still has 4 years on that massive deal. Lots of implications here. Lindsey Theory, who covers the Rams, tweeted this out. Les Snead acknowledged that it would be difficult to move on from Goff because of the salary cap, but also said that anything can be done in the salary cap world. So that's even more ammunition of he's a Ram for now, but anything can happen. It's possible.
It really felt like just a public alert to the other 31 teams of like,
if you want Goff,
call us. Come make a call. Like it's very unusual.
It's bizarre. It's interesting. There's a lot of angles to consider here. Will the Rams trade Jared Goff? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. I'm typing my in for no because he's got a brutal contract, but it's going to be interesting. There's no doubt about that. Now, if he does get traded, Tom, it's not like Deshaun Watson where it's like, okay, yeah, he's owed a lot of money, but next year it's only $10.5 million. It's $27 million against the cap for whoever trades.
And the way this is broken down in terms of Goff's impact on a new team is think of it as a 2-year deal worth that 53-ish and change million. About 43.33 of that would be guaranteed by the new team because of the timing of his base salary and future roster bonuses that kick into effect. So you're committing to Goff for 2 years. We'll round up, say, $54 million. It's not the worst. It's not the most appealing with the way Goff has played, and then there's a 2-year, $51.5 team option on it.
I think in a normal year with A, salary cap increasing, and B, not as many quarterbacks available, this would actually be intriguing to a few teams. But consider the fact that a Deshaun Watson's out there, a Matthew Stafford's out there, a Jimmy G, who is maybe in Goff's realm but has a more favorable contract, is out there. This just seems like a tough task for the Rams to try and find a trade partner because, A, the cap's not going up, and B, there's an abundance of quarterbacks that could be available on the market.
Are we going full NBA offseason at quarterback?
I hope so, baby. That's what I think could be in the works. And just to add to the Goff drama, Rapoport tweeted this out like an hour or two before we went live, and this is wild to me. Expect an open competition in camp to help it shake out in terms of Goff and John Wolford. What? What are we doing?
Are we trying to light a fire under Jared Goff? Is that what's going on here? I don't get it, man.
Is this motivation season already?
I guess.
This is brutal for Goff. He might just demand a trade at this point. I'll tell you what, if Jared Goff gets traded, we're going to make a video on it because that's what we do here at Chat Sports. We have the latest NFL news, rumors, trade coverage, draft, free agency. We do it all. And guess what? It's 100% free. All you got to do, hit that big red button and subscribe. Share that link with a friend. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv. We love your guys' interaction. Daily NFL videos just for you guys. Latest Miami Dolphins news and rumors when it comes to Deshaun Watson. We know this, Tom. Harrison Graham here
Dolphins
as well.
fans hate it.
Yeah, Dolphins fans love Tua for some reason. Or do they? And two, Deshaun Watson still wants out.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here with Deshaun. The Miami Herald down at the Senior Bowl put out a pretty interesting article about how all the chatter down there, which is not a surprise whatsoever, NFL scouts and front office people and media are very gossipy types. Go figure.
That's what sucks about no combine this year. It's gossip season at the combine.
It is gossip season, man. Anyway, as for this, again, Watson, he could make this all go away by tweeting out, "I'm happy in Houston." and he hasn't done it.
Or he could formally request a
Yes.
trade, which he also has not done.
He's just kind of playing the middle ground. It's very weird there. But there's a lot of speculation around Watson to Miami and Watson to the Jets, by the way, on top of that. And I do wonder briefly here, Harrison, where is this chatter coming from? Is it actually leaking from Houston to drive up the cost with the two teams that could offer the most?
I quite frankly don't think the Texans need to do anything to drive up costs because Watson's
Fair.
that good.
Okay.
This isn't Jared Goff where like the Rams are like, can we get a second for him or something like that? No, this is the fifth best quarterback in the league and he's 25.
Yeah.
Like, bring your offers, baby. This is what an NFL league source said to that Miami Herald writer there, saying the chatter is getting louder. Watson feels like the situation in Houston is unfixable, and Miami is seen as the front runner behind the scenes. Now, we've known for a week or two now that the Watson to Miami speculation, right? Chris Mortensen threw that out like, oh, he could enjoy living in Miami. That wasn't really a report, but now you're more and more the buzz, the more unhappy Watson is, and South Beach sounds good. Brian Flores is a coach that's well-respected and on the rise. This could make some sense for both sides because the Dolphins do have a lot of ammunition, including Tua, in those 4 top 50 picks if they wanted to go out and get a guy like Deshaun Watson. So where do you guys think Watson will play next season? Go into your crystal ball, predict it for us. Where will DW4 play in 2021? Any thoughts?
Can I be honest about the Jets connection? If Watson forces his way to New York,
that's stupid.
Why are you going from one bad ownership spot to another one? In all seriousness,
it can't
Jets fans.
It can't just be, they hired Robert Saleh. Like, that's not enough.
Weird.
That's weird.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Predict it for us. Where will he play in 2021? Wherever he plays, you're getting a superstar under the age of 26, and that's why this is so intriguing, especially when it comes to the Dolphins here, Tom, because they're in a precarious spot of, hey, we just drafted a quarterback number 5 overall, and it's not even that Tua was that bad. It's just the opportunity to get a guy of Watson's stature at his age literally has never happened before.
And not only that,
in the history of the league.
It's insane to see a player at this age, of this skill level, whether you want to rank him top 10, top 5, top whatever. He's one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL. When you're if you do like the fantasy draft style, Watson's one of the first 5 picks.
Yes.
Like that's where we're at. And it's also very unique he's got the no trade clause too.
Yes.
At some level, I wonder if Watson had planned this a little bit earlier than maybe we want to admit, to get the no trade clause and get the bag, you don't find a quarterback of this age, of this caliber, who's also available at a slightly reduced cost because of the way his contract is structured. It's very rare.
Players with no trade clauses are usually like 35.
Exactly.
He's 25.
So, and I'll add this note here as well, specifically as it relates to the Miami Dolphins. If I had told Dolphins fans before the 2020 NFL draft, let's say hypothetically, I could get you Deshaun Watson for your first in the 2020 draft, your first-round pick in 2021, the other Houston first-round pick in 2021, and let's just say another first or a second-rounder, I think you would have jumped all over the Deshaun Watson train.
Which is why
you should.
Which is why you should still do that, because it's not like Tua came in and was Justin Herbert. He didn't have a Herbert type of season. So
I'd still trade
what
Herbert
should
for
Miami
for
do?
Deshaun.
So would I. Type DW if you think they should trade for Deshaun Watson. You're going to have to give up a lot of picks and probably Tua. If you want to just keep Tua, build around him, type TT in the comments. Let us know what you guys think. What should Miami do at the quarterback position? Now, here at Chat Sports, we have a lot of team-focused YouTube channels. I believe we're up to 9 NFL channels now, Tom. Obviously, our main Chat Sports channel here, which is a lot of NFL, some NBA, some college football coverage as well. We're at, 232,000 subs, whatever it is. But we have some team channels as well. The Cowboys Report, which you're in charge of, over 87,000 subscribers. Just hit that number. You can hit youtube.com/CowboysTV to find that channel. We have our Las Vegas Raiders Report run by Mitchell Renz. That channel is over 72,000 subscribers. YouTube.com/Raiders Report is the link for that one. The San Francisco 49ers Report is at 32,000 subscribers. A lot of coverage over there as well on your San Francisco 49ers for you Niner fans. Chicago Bears Now, which I'm in charge of, just hit 21,000. Seattle's the youtube.com/Bears Now. Seattle Seahawks today, 17,000. My point in this is we have a ton of team-focused YouTube channels, and we're always looking to grow. So I suggest subscribing to those, even if you aren't a hardcore fan of those teams, because as those channels grow, it tells us that, hey, we can expand, this works for us, and we can launch more team channels. Some of our smaller ones that are starting to grow, Philadelphia Eagles now over 15,000. The Chiefs Report, which I run as well, is over 13,000 subs. Detroit Lions Talk with Micro Mike. He's closing in on 12K. Go give him a sub at youtube.com/Lions today. And the Miami Dolphins today, almost at 11,000 like we mentioned earlier. And then the Broncos Breakdown, which producer Sam is actually taking charge of. Hey, closing in on 1,000 subs. Help producer Sam get there. Chatsports.com/Broncos TV. That'll redirect you to our Broncos YouTube channel. We already have 7, 8, 9 Broncos videos in the last couple of weeks over there. Let's get to 1,000 on that channel. And we like to grow all of these channels here at Chat Sports. So we just want to tell you guys, lots of NFL team-focused channels if that is your cup of tea. Some more NFL rumors here. Matthew Stafford, there is a bit of an update, and that is that Ian Rapoport is reporting that roughly a third of the league has called Detroit to see what the trade value could be.
I think that's about the right number. I think there's twofold here. A, if you're in the need, if you need a quarterback, you should definitely be calling about Matthew Stafford, since he very clearly is available, and at least want to see what the cost could be. Not only that, if you're a team that might in the near future be looking to move on from a potential quarterback, or you're going to trade your own guy here, I think it makes a lot of sense to at least see what the ask price for Stafford is, because that might set the barometer for this offseason. So I think that's an intriguing option here for other teams, even if they're not going to try and trade for Stafford, just to see, well, what's the value? What are the Lions asking for?
Yeah, and look, we know this already, that he's leaving.
He's
the organization and the quarterback have mutually agreed, like, hey, we appreciate the decade plus, but we're going to part ways here. We're hiring – Dan Campbell's our guy now. We're going to go in a different direction. So, look, Matt Stafford, 32 years old. I still think you could argue he's got 4 to 6 good years left. You know, you're seeing quarterbacks play until their 40s. Look at Tom Brady. Coming off a really good year, and that's without Kenny Golladay for pretty much the entire season. Like you said, a third of the league expressing interest, that sounds about right, because at least 10-ish or so teams are looking to upgrade at quarterback.
And that might get thinned out. Like, for example, like the Jets are, I think, as far as I'm concerned, desperately need a quarterback. Stafford doesn't make sense for them.
No.
But you can at least call and see what the price is. Like, if it's super discounted, well, okay.
Probably gets down to 5 or 6 teams.
Exactly. So, in the end, I think Stafford makes a lot of sense for a team that thinks they're a quarterback or a quarterback upgrade away from making a run.
Yeah.
So I think that eliminates some teams. I think it's a smaller pool than Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
But I think there's definitely going to be interest this offseason.
I think it's definitely
and a lot
like
of it.
win-now, veteran-built roster type of teams, I think, are going to make a lot of sense there. Like the Indianapolis Colts. Where will Stafford play in 2021? Go ahead and let us know down in the comments. Throw your predictions out there. Where will Matt Stafford play this upcoming season? We've got some NFL face masks available on sale for up to 75% off when you go to chatsports.com/stay safe. We got some Seahawks ones. We also have some Miami Dolphins face masks, but all 32 teams are represented. Solo packs all the way up to 4-packs. Look, COVID's still lingering around, so you're going to have to wear one of these in Publix. And look, I'll get to say, if stadiums are allowed to have fans next year, Tom, you're pretty good chance you're still going to have to wear one of these.
Yeah,
so
it's just not going to be done yet.
So why not represent your team in the process? Chatsports.com/stay safe. That link is in the comments. It's in the description. Lots of cool varieties. Like I said, they're on sale as well. So go ahead and pick up your favorite kind. They're on sale. Chatsports.com/stay safe. One more time, it's chatsports.com/stay safe. Lots of different face coverings available for all 32 NFL teams.
Some major on-sale discounts, too, by the way.
Yes, up to 75% off. Let's get into the latest around Aaron Rodgers. Not a ton of new information, but did want to kind of hit on the fact that he did kind of back off his vague comments from the NFC title game of where he was like, I don't know what my future holds.
Okay,
he hops
Aaron.
on Pat McAfee and is like, yeah, I think I'll be back next year.
Yeah, okay, Aaron. He's a very smart person.
Yes, he is.
We also know he is a grudge holder. I think he knows exactly what he said and why he said it. And I am not going to be of the, oh, well, everyone just misinterpreted it. No, Rodgers knew how that was going to be interpreted. He was like, oh, it's about other players. You included yourself in that conversation. And that's fine because he's right. Like, the reality is, and we knew this going into this season, the second the Packers drafted Jordan Love in the first round, they put a timer on Rodgers' time in Green Bay. Yeah. That was their decision. That's what they did, unless Jordan Love really, really sucks, which, hey, maybe he does.
She couldn't even be their backup this year, so that's worth mentioning. Look, like you said, I think Rodgers is very calculated in everything he says, quite frankly.
Get some leverage to either get some playmakers around you or maybe get paid again.
Yeah, or, if it goes south, you can trade me as well. 4,300 yards this season. We know he's going to win the MVP. Was the major betting favorite by the end of the season. I think even Green Bay was probably a little surprised at how well he played this year because the last couple of years he was still good. He wasn't this, though. He was starting to decline, and then all of a sudden – they draft Jordan Love, and angry Aaron Rodgers came out and had a badass season.
He has always been an all-time great, if not, frankly, the greatest in terms of touchdown-to-interception ratio.
Yes.
And that didn't change this year for Aaron Rodgers. It actually grew up because he had 48 instead of, 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
But this year he was also more efficient in terms of just blanket yards per attempt. He jumped back into that MVP category. The past couple years, he was still probably a top 10 quarterback, but he was maybe top 5. This year he was once again he's like the second or first or third best quarterback.
So fill in the blank for us. Aaron Rodgers will play blank more seasons in Green Bay.
1? I'll go over-under is 1 right now.
I'll say at least 1.
Okay, you're
There's
taking
no
the over.
way they move on from him after
over-under is 1.5.
I would still say over at this point, which is weird because last year I would have said under, but I saw what he did this year, and everything we heard about Jordan Love wasn't positive. Now, that could change if we have a full offseason and he plays in the preseason and develops, but as of now, I'm going to say at least 2 more seasons. But fill in the blank for us. Let us know what you guys think. Now, whether it's Matt Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, there's some trade rumors around, especially Stafford. We make videos about it. That's why we want you guys to subscribe. Hit that big red button. We have 5 Stafford trade destinations. Put together a list for Aaron Rodgers as well. Again, pretty unlikely for Rodgers, but if it were to happen, I think there are some interesting teams on that list, and you guys should go check that out. They're both on the channel. Go check it out after you subscribe. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV.